She stood at the edge of the sunlit field, heart racing, eyes wide with a mixture of hope and fear. The wind whispered through the trees, and for a moment, the world felt still, as if holding its breath. She wasn't expecting anyone to notice her, let alone help her. But there, in the distance, a figure on horseback appeared, calm and steady, radiating a quiet strength. Her chest tightened. She had to speak, had to ask, though the words felt almost impossible. "Can you take me on your horse?" she begged, her voice barely above a whisper. She didn't know why the question felt so important, or why this stranger mattered so much, but something deep inside told her that this moment could change everything. Little did she know, the man on that horse was not just anyone, he was her destiny. And this small act of courage, this simple plea, would open the door to a story neither of them could have imagined. Before we dive deeper into this incredible tale, take a moment to subscribe to Kindness Tales, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us bring more stories of hope, love, and kindness to people all over the world. She had always been a driven woman, a CEO who built her life around deadlines, meetings, and endless responsibilities. People saw her as confident, strong, unshakable, but inside, she carried a quiet loneliness. Success had given her many things, but it had also created walls around her heart. She rarely allowed herself to be vulnerable, rarely let someone see the real her. Today was different. Today, she was just a woman hoping for a little help, hoping for a connection, hoping for something real. The man on the horse approached slowly. He was rugged and kind, with a warmth in his eyes that immediately made her feel safe. He didn't question her request, didn't judge her. Instead, he nodded gently and extended his hand. She climbed onto the horse, feeling a thrill she hadn't felt in years, the freedom of being seen, of being cared for, of trusting someone. As they rode together across the open field, the world seemed to stretch endlessly, and every worry, every fear, melted away with the wind in her hair. Conversation flowed naturally between them, though neither knew exactly why they were so comfortable. She laughed at his stories, genuine and easy laughter that she hadn't allowed herself in a long time. He listened, truly listened, not just waiting for his turn to speak. It was a simple, human kindness that she realized she had been missing in her busy, structured life. In that moment, she felt seen, not for her title, not for her achievements, but for who she truly was. Hours passed unnoticed. They shared stories of their past, their dreams, and their regrets. He told her about the small joys he found in life, moments others might overlook, the way the sunlight hit a river in the early morning, the laughter of children in the park, the satisfaction of helping someone in need. She began to see how different life could feel when kindness guided every action. She realized that the world didn't always have to be about power, money, or control. Sometimes, it was about connection, understanding, and simple gestures that could change lives. When they finally stopped at the edge of a quiet lake, she dismounted and stood beside him, feeling a strange mixture of exhilaration and calm. The water reflected the sky like a mirror, and for a moment, everything else fell away. He looked at her and smiled, that quiet, genuine smile that made her heart skip. "You're not like anyone I've ever met," he said softly. She felt warmth bloom inside her, not the kind that comes from attraction alone, but from being accepted, appreciated, and understood. It wasn't long before she realized that this man, this stranger, had opened a door in her heart she didn't even know was closed. It was a door built from years of self-reliance, independence, and the belief that she could only trust herself. But now, she understood that kindness had a power of its own. It could heal, it could connect, it could reveal a path to love that she had been too busy to see. Over the next few weeks, their friendship grew. Each encounter, each simple gesture of care, brought them closer together. He helped her see that vulnerability was not weakness, that asking for help could be brave, and that kindness could be contagious. She found herself looking forward to their time together, feeling lighter, freer, and more alive than she had in years. And gradually, the admiration she felt for his character blossomed into something deeper, something she couldn't ignore: love. The turning point came one evening when a storm swept through the area. She had been caught outside, soaked and shivering, unsure how she would get home. He appeared without hesitation, holding his coat over her shoulders, leading her through the rain to safety. There was no grand speech, no expectation, just care, just attention. And in that moment, she knew the truth: love, real love, is born from kindness, from the willingness to put someone else's needs before your own, to offer warmth and safety without expecting anything in return. They laughed, they cried, and they shared countless quiet moments that didn't need words to convey their meaning. He taught her patience and simplicity, she reminded him of ambition and determination, and together they discovered the balance between independence and connection. The CEO who once built walls around her heart learned to open them, and the man who lived a simple life learned that generosity of spirit could touch even the most guarded soul. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, she turned to him with tears in her eyes. "I never expected to find this," she whispered. "I never expected to find someone who sees me, really sees me." He smiled, taking her hand gently, and said, "Sometimes, all it takes is a little kindness, and a little courage to ask for help." And just like that, she understood that their story wasn't just about love. It was about the extraordinary power of simple, human kindness. It was about the courage to reach out, the bravery to trust, and the joy of opening your heart to someone who truly cares. In the end, she realized that life doesn't always follow the plans we make. Sometimes, it leads us to unexpected places, to unexpected people, and to moments that change everything. And when it does, the smallest acts of kindness, an offered hand, a listening ear, a shared smile, can spark a journey that transforms hearts and lives. So if you ever feel unsure, lost, or alone, remember this story. Remember that kindness has the power to open doors, to heal wounds, and to connect souls in ways nothing else can. And maybe, just maybe, the person who will change your life is someone who simply chooses to be kind. Because in the end, love and kindness go hand in hand. They grow quietly, steadily, and beautifully. And sometimes, all it takes is a simple request, a small act of courage, and a little kindness to find the person who was always meant to be in your life. Remember to carry this story with you. Let it inspire you to be kind, to offer help without hesitation, and to open your heart when the opportunity arises. Because the world is full of moments where a single act of kindness can change everything, and sometimes, it's in those moments that love quietly, beautifully, and inevitably finds its way.